Everyone, I hope you all are doing well. So now I'm here with my second video on the topic rounding the numbers. This topic is helpful for year 2 to year 6 students and even higher. So without any further delay, let's dive into the topic of how to round the numbers. As we already know, rounding means we have to make the number simple but keeping its value closer to the actual value it was before. Now in this video, our focus is how to do the rounding. Now rounding can be done to the nearest 10, 100, 1000 and so on. And for that we need to follow one rule. And when I will explain you the rule, when I will explain you an example, I will explain the rule as well. So here what is written, rounding to 10. This is written rounding to 10, and the first point we will be focusing on rounding the whole numbers. As we discussed in the previous video that we can round the whole numbers and we can round the decimal numbers. An explanation of what is the whole number and decimal number is also included in the previous video. In this video, first we will be focusing only on rounding the whole numbers. And rounding can be done for the whole numbers, can be done to 10, to 100, 1000 or even higher. And this is something as a rule we are gonna use it. I will explain this rule with the example. So for example, we have this question, round 23 to the nearest 10. Now we have a number 23 and we have to round it to the nearest 10. Now always remember, if you get rounding to the nearest 10, this is a very important point. That means when you will round it up, even if it is a 2-digit number or 3-digit number or 4-digit number or even higher, at the end you will answer like 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on up to 90, and then it can be 00 also at the end, and this is a special case. I will discuss that as well. So for example, if I have a number 23, now I have to round it to the nearest tens. So what I do, I made this table. It is just for your understanding. If you don't want to make this table, then also fine. You just need to write the place value names on the top of the digits. So it is ones and tens. And I have to round to the nearest tens. So that is why I highlighted this digit 2, because this is at the tens place. Now we have to make a decision, and that decision will be based on the immediate digit which is on the right of this tens place at this moment. Because I have to round to the nearest tens, so I will underline this digit, and immediately next digit which is on the right side, that will help me to decide whether my answer will be 20 or 30. Why I am saying my answer will be 20 or 30? Because we are rounding to tens, and if we are rounding to tens, that means my answer should be like 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on. So when I look at this number 23 and I know that I have to round to the tens, first thing should come to my mind is that this 23 comes between which two tens? 20 and 30, because it is 23, so it is more than 20, and of course it is less than 30. So these two numbers, this 23 lying in between. Now one thing I know very well, that 23 is closer to 20, so I will round it to 20. But another way is that whichever digit you have to round up, like I am rounding it up to the tens, so I will write that tens place on it, and then I will look at the immediate next digit. If this digit is 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4, 0 to 4, I will round it to the left side tens place digit or tens place number, sorry. And if the digit is 5 or higher, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then it will round to the higher tens digit, which is 30 in this case. Okay, so we have 23. I write ones and tens on the top, and then I see that this is the tens digit and the digit next to it on the right is 3, and 3 comes in the first category, so it will round to the left side or it will go to the lesser side. Okay, so my answer will be 20. So this is the answer. Next number which I have here is, and that is 29. So again, two-step question it is. We can do it directly also, but if you are an initiator, so this is a way you need to do. So first thing is 29. I will see that which two tens it is lying between. Why I am thinking that I need to think why it is lying between the two tens, because I am rounding to tens. If I will be rounding to 100, so I will see the given number is lying between which two hundreds. So 29, I know it lies between 20 and 30. Now if I draw a number line, I can easily say that, oh, 29 is close to 30, so it will round up to 30, which is easy. For smaller numbers you can do like that, but if you have bigger numbers, so it is the best practice. You look at this number 29, you see this is at ones place, this is tens place, and we have to round to the nearest tens. Next step is we need to look at the next digit which is on the right side of this tens place here, which is 9. And if the digits are 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, so it goes to the higher number which is the tens one, and that will be 30. So the number will become 30. See, in both the cases when I am answering the question, I am getting rounding to tens as numbers like 20, 30 and so on. Let's take one more example. Here we will be rounding the numbers to the nearest 100. So we have the number 312. Now when I say the numbers are rounding to nearest 100, so my answers in the last three digits, because 100 comes at the third place, so my answer should be like 000, 100, 200, 300 and so on. So 0, 100, 200, 300, 400 all the way to 900. Now my number is 312. And I have to decide that it lies between which two hundreds. So 312. It lies between 300 and another 400. Now again, because I am rounding to 300s, so this is the 100 place value. Now will it go to 300 or 400? It will depend on the immediate next digit on the right, which is at tens digit here. So now this digit is 1, so we know if it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, it will go to the lower side 100, so it will round up to 300. So that is my answer here. Okay, let's take one more example, and that example is, the question is 351. We have to round off 351. Now 351, what we need to do here? So again I will be writing 351. The first thing should come to my mind is, it lies between which two hundreds? It lies between 300 and 400. I have to round to the 100, that is 3 here. And the digit which is gonna decide whether it will go to the 400 or 300, it will be decided by the immediate next digit on the right, which is here at the tens place. And if the digit is 5 or more, it will go to the higher side. So 351, it will go to 400. So I will say the number will become 400, the rounded number. And see, our answers are coming in the form of hundreds. Now if you have a number, let's say 547. Now this is an important question. We have a number in hundreds, but we have to round it to the nearest 10. So as I told you, when you have to round it to the nearest tens, you need to look at the answer should be either 00 in the tens, 10, 20, 30 and so on up to 90. The higher digits, 10, like the hundreds, can be anything. It depends on the question. So if I have 547, it basically lies between which two tens? If I just talk about the tens part, tens and ones part, if I consider that part only, like 47, it lies between 40 and 50. And my actual number is 547, so it will be lying between 540 and 550. Now the question is that I have to round it up to tens, so I underline this tens digit, and then the same process, the next digit will decide whether I need to go to the round up or I need to go to the lower one. Because the next digit is 7 here, which is on the right side of the tens, so 7 is coming in the category of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 when we round to the higher number. So our answer would be 550. Now the most important thing is, though our number was 547, because we were rounding it to tens, so our answer should be 500, or in certain case it can be 600, and then it will be 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 70 like that, or even it can be 00. Okay. Now another important example. I had tried to cover all the different kinds of examples in this video, so please watch this video until the end. Now the next is 398, and you have to round it to the nearest tens. So we have to round to the nearest tens, so I am picking up only the 2-digit part because that includes the tens, so it is 98. And 98 lies between which two tens? It lies between actually 90, and then the next number is not a 2-digit but a 3-digit, 100. Now this is 398, so now I will make it 398. So it lies between 390 and not 100, but I can say it lies between 400. And I just need to look at this 98. 98 lies between 90 and 100, but because we have a 3-digit number, so it lies between 390 and then 400. We cannot say 300. Okay, so we have to make it one more 100, that is 400. Now because we are rounding it up to the tens place, so who will decide whether it will round up or down? The immediate next digit. Don't consider that it is a 3-digit number, so we have to see this 3 is here, we round to the tens or something. We need to see we are rounding to the nearest tens, and the nearest tens digit is 9, and the immediate next digit on the right will decide whether it will go to the lower side or the higher side. So it is 8, and if it is 8, it will round to the higher side. So what will happen here? 398 to the nearest tens. What will happen? This 8, because of this 8, this 9 will be increased by 1, so it will become like 0 here, and then it will go to 400. Because after 398, what happens? We increase this digit by 1, so this 8 will become 0, because the answer, it is in 10, so answer should be like 20, 30, 40 like that. So one's place is 0. This 9 will be increased, so this will become 0, 10, and that 10, that 1 carry will be here, so it will become 400. Okay, so the rule says if the digits are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, we raise the value by 1. If we have to round to the tens, we raise the tens digit by 1. If it is lower, not 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but it is 0 to 4, we do not do anything. Now let's take one more example. We have 2345, and I have to round to the 100. If this is 2345 and I have to round to the nearest 100. So first of all, I will just write down the number in hundreds. It is 345. I know it lies between 300 and 400. So when I will answer this question, my answer will be like 2000. It will remain same like 2000, and then it can be 2300 or 2400. So this is automatically clear to me because the question is in hundreds. We need to round it in hundreds. So that means answer should be like 2100, 2200, something like that. So now it is 2345. So it lies between 2300 and 2400. Next point is, because we have to round to the hundreds, which is 3 here, immediate next digit will decide whether I need to raise this 100 or not. So this is 4. If it is 4, it will go to the lower side, or you can say this 3 will not change. If this 3 will not change, it will remain same 2, 3, and next 2 digits will become 0, 0 because it is going to the left side. Even you need not to remember that you have to raise or something. You just need to see if it is 2300 and 2400. If this digit is 0 to 4, it will go to the lower number, and if it is more than that, it will go to the higher one. Then next question comes 4999. Now 4999, this number is in thousands, but we have to round it to the hundreds. So we have 999 if I take only the 3-digit number, and I know that it lies between 900 and it lies between 1000. Okay, now the number is 4999, so it lies between 4900, and we will not say it is 1000, but we will say it is 5000. Now we have to round to the nearest 100 digit, which is 9, and if you see the immediate next digit, that is also 9, that is bigger than 4, which is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here it is 9, so it will round to the higher number. So the answer will be 5000. Okay, now similarly we can round to any number like tens or hundreds or thousands and so on. In the next video, I will be giving you some examples from the worksheet, and we will be discussing different kinds of rounding concepts, like based on the different ideas, rounding the numbers to tens or hundreds or thousands. The strategy will be exactly same, and this is only for the whole numbers. When we will be doing rounding for decimal numbers, it will be a bit different. So please keep watching the videos and enjoy them. Thank you.